Hi Taurus, Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers as well as broadcaster of astrology. First, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I will be sharing valuable information with you that will help you navigate the month's upcoming challenges. Please don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to learn more about Enchantress, the author, you can hit the down bar, and all of my links will be there, as well as the links for the healing chakra beads and the sun catchers. Now, let's get into why we are here today. Okay, we're going over Gemini season, actually June in its entirety. So that does cover some of Cancer season as well. Gemini season is here from May 21st through June the 20th. The mutable air sign of Gemini is ruled by Mercury, making Gemini all about networking and communication. This fun, curious sign loves to mingle, and with Mercury at its helm, they're naturals when it comes to learning new skills and or connecting with those that can assist them in opening these channels. Now, this month you're prompted to take a page out of the book of Gemini. Listen, learn, explore, network. In order to expand your business this month, you're required to poke your head out of your shell, even if you remain in quarantine somewhat. Using the World Wide Web is going to be your best bet, allowing you to reach far and wide from the comfort of your own home. This is a time to find the connect. Catch my drift? Now, it's time to look within, so let's go over some of our planets to see where they'll be transiting, our major planets. Now, we know that Uranus, the planet of revolution, shocks, and surprises, is in your sign, Taurus, and you rule, you reign over money, resources, values. Uranus is semi-sextile Chiron at 9 degrees in your sign on June the 10th. This could bring a sudden or unexpected opportunity to recover from a financial loss. Maybe a chance to heal a broken relationship with a family member or a significant other. Some could find themselves the receiver of an enticing proposition that you know could ruin a relationship with a spouse, a lover, or a relative. So please be mindful of that around that time. That's June 10th. Now, the sun is in Gemini at the start of June, keeping your focus on learning new avenues of creating success. Gemini is prompting you to be fun and sharp-witted with your business endeavors. When it enters Cancer at 0 degrees on June 20th, this is a time where everyone might prefer to stay at home, nurturing those around you. You could slack off as to your professional goals, preferring to enjoy the things in your personal or in your abode that bring you contentment, things around the house. The home environment is definitely a focus when we're in Cancer, okay, in general. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, skills, sales, and intellect, goes retrograde on June 18th in the sign of Cancer at 14 degrees. So be discerning as to whom you spark dealings with, business or otherwise. You may find yourself in the midst of shady characters, underhanded characters who mean to misuse your talents. People who make it to high places through little effort of their own. In other words, look out for the charlatan, okay? This retrograde lasts until July the 12th. In addition to that, I do want to say you might be in contact with people from the past as well. You might be dealing with people that you dealt with in the past, going back, revising, reviewing, and editing or restructuring some business you may hold with them as well. Now, Venus, planet of romance, finances, abundance, pleasure, it remains retrograde in Gemini. The way you go about putting those things into action is in question. Some will get a chance to deal with the same issue. Will you handle it as you did in the past? If so, did you receive your desired results? Because if not, this is your chance to shift the outcome. Talks about finances are a big focus during this time. So of course, I don't recommend you making any big changes, drastic changes in your finances, unless it's scaling back, okay? I ward against making any drastic changes in your appearance while Venus is retrograde, just simply because you might not have the taste for it when the planet goes direct. Venus, also, it goes direct on June 25th. This is a position of wealth, success, and fame, intelligence. All those areas are free to progress toward a steadfast abundance, okay? On June 25th. Neptune, planet of fantasy, inspiration, dreams, even illusions, goes retrograde on June 23rd. This transit will, of course, affect Pisces the most, but it still could find us in the collective in a place where we feel lazy, bossy, or even sharp-tongued, simply because Mars is there as well, okay? Mars is there with Neptune in Pisces. So try not to fall into the trap of holding yourself back or blocking your blessings with your mouth, okay? Now Mars, the planet of challenges and energy, enters Aries. It's going to come out of Pisces where it's debilitated and go into Aries where it is exalted at 0 degrees on June 27th. This is a wonderful, especially for Aries and Scorpio because they're ruled by Mars. But us as a collective, our competition is back. Our competitive drive is back. Our ability to overcome hardships is heightened. Now, this position will incite more protests because people will have the courage to fight for their rights. Your libido might be in overdrive as well. So don't allow yourself to be seduced by the snake in the grass. You could stand to lose everything. Okay? Jupiter quintiles Chiron at 8 degrees of Aries on June 1st, the first day of the month. This could bring success in a health regimen. A chronic ailment that normally bothers you could subside during this transit. And by the way, a quintile is when two planets are 72 degrees apart, forming a harmonious aspect. Okay? That's what a quintile is. Jupiter is conjunct Pluto at 24 degrees Capricorn on June 30th, the last day of the month. This conjunction is favorable for making great strides in literature and education. However, you must be willing to learn, study, and try new things. Word of advice, your wit is sharp. Just make sure your tongue doesn't match. Capricorns can be very direct, okay? And with it being in Capricorn, you're under that influence, is what I mean by that. Now, the Jupiter retrograde lasts until September the 23rd. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius until September 29th. As you know, Saturn is the planet of restrictions, responsibility, karma, good or bad. Your actions help determine how your karma plays out. In this position here, it's in the position of you're in danger of short-lived romances messing up your karma. Okay, so don't get into those relationships, those short-lived relationships that you know are toxic, and that could bring you bad luck or bring you bad karma because you got into that. Okay, in order to be successful, you must abide by principles. Okay. Now, Pluto, the planet of rebirth, renewal, resources, is retrograde until October 4th. This is a time of transformation for the collective. Be gentle with yourself. In the coming months, our faith will be tested. Don't allow fear to mentally bind you. Don't be easily deceived. Do your homework before believing media or social propaganda, as it will be shoved into our faces from all directions. We as a collective are at a vulnerable point in our lives. We as individuals must do our part by keeping up our mental health, keeping our hopes up, as well as doing what we can to be a part of the solution as opposed to perpetuating the problem. Now, the silver lining is that Pluto being conjunct Jupiter does help us to keep our eyes on the prize while facing the upcoming shifts in our business and personal lives. I implore you to keep a kind heart. The world needs compassion, as does the entire human race. Now, the full moon on June 5th is in the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius at 15 degrees. This will be a partial lunar eclipse of the South Node. The South Node is your karma, your past life experiences. You've been there. You've done that. It's time to learn from there and move on. A reevaluation of beliefs is upon us. A full moon brings things to a culmination, and this moon is squared by Mars, is squared by Neptune and Pisces. Mars is also there, okay? So check your sign. Actually, you don't have to check your sign because I'll be going over it with you. Just know that it's a lunar eclipse and it's opposing the sun. Now, the new moon on June 21st is in the cardinal water sign of Cancer at 0 degrees. This will be a partial solar eclipse in the North Node. The North Node is where you're trying to go in life without being corrupted by the money and power achieved when you get there, or the closer you get to it. The new moon brings new opportunities and fresh starts. This is a solar eclipse blocking the sun, okay? The moon is blocking the sun. Now, let's get into your individual scope, Taurus. So we'll talk about how these things are going to affect you on an individual basis, okay? Now, Taurus ranges from April 20th through May 20th. On June the 1st, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, a quintiles Chiron in Aries, as I said. This is affecting your area of solitude and sacrifice. This is a favorable aspect that could temporarily heal an ailment that you're suffering with. Those suffering from depression can find this transit puts them in a little bit of a better mood. The full moon in Sagittarius on June 5th impacts your area of shared resources. It's square, though, to Neptune and Pisces, and Mars is there as well. Pisces is in your area of friends and high hopes and goals, as well as your area of shared finances, okay? So while you have a square there impacting your shared finances, you also have a sextile bringing you opportunity to recover from some resources, okay? So this will come through a friend. So we'll start the month of June with the sun until around the 20th, and Mercury around the 18th in Gemini. So at the start, we'll be in Gemini, and that puts a spotlight on your money sector. Okay, communication regarding making extra cash could come your way, but once the sun moves over into Cancer, more new opportunities are awarded you. They may be even coming from a sibling. Either way, plenty of communication with a sibling is definitely on the menu. Now, the new moon, or someone you feel like is a brother, or you call a brother or sister. The new moon on June 21st is in the sign of Cancer, and it impacts your third house with a sextile. Okay, that's more opportunity being communicated through your third house. Okay, it also deals with sales as well. The third house deals with sales, communication, siblings, all of those things. Mars, the planet of challenges and energy, shifts into Aries where it is exalted on June 27th, giving you a boost of energy. Your area of privacy and sacrifice is highlighted. You may have to work through some inner issues, okay? With that transit. Venus, the planet of romance and pleasure, goes direct in Gemini on June the 25th, impacting your area of money. This is your personal money. Enjoy the abundance that is free to flow now. Saturn, it remains in Aquarius, as you know, squaring your sign in your sector of career, okay? Squaring Taurus in the sector of career. So remember, squares can be overcome. You just have to take it one day at a time. You know, don't try and rush, because that's when you get frustrated, okay? The Pluto and Jupiter conjunction on June the 30th trines your sign, which is a good thing at the end of the month. That's going to bring you in a blessing in your 9th house of travel, education, philosophy. Okay, so you have a blessing coming to you at the end of the month as well. Now, remember that Mercury is retrograde until June 18th, so it's not the time to launch. It's the time to work on things, okay, Taurus? All right, Taurus, stay safe, and God bless you. I'll see you next month.